it'll do that for you.
Final lap is stage number 1 for Corey Heim. It's the 81 just ahead of him, Connor Mozak, with the throwback paint scheme. Hey, every time we come to Darlington, you can do whatever you want. Throwback has become a thing, and McAnally Hilgeman Racing did just that. Good to see it. 81 throwing it back to Kenny Wallace from his Bud Shootout car in 1998. And there he does it. Corey Heim wins his 16th stage of the season. Ahead of Lane Riggs, who led 20 laps, the most so far. Grant Enfinger, Daniel Hemrick, and Gio Ruggiero, the top 5. Third straight stage win for Corey Heim right here at this racetrack. Well, guys, they're all chasing the 11 again. Same story. We'll see what he can do, how many adjustments they'll need moving forward. We'll be back with pit stops next.
Some folks are drawn to open country. Others crave the wild roar of a high-performance exhaust. And some like both. We call them family.
Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman Overdrive tools.
I'm gonna need that back.
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Put the work in. Pause for the facts. Susie here is shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident.
Interesting.
But Carfax.com shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Denny's has 5 slams starting at $5. Full meals, stacked high and under budget. 5 slams starting at $5? That's eating like a genius. Find your booth at Denny's and join the new Denny's Rewards for even more smart savings.
Sad news, wrestling legend Hulk Hogan passed away.
Rest in peace, brother.
And you're not gonna know what hit you.
Real American Freestyle Hulk Hogan Tribute. Live tonight on Fox Nation.
I'm a tennis player, but I'm more than just an athlete.
You don't know how your body's going to recover through a pregnancy.
I'm going to have to fight really hard. Nothing is ever over and you're never out of the game.
That's Janet. The custom t-shirt company she ordered from dropped the ball, so now she's scrambling to find a shirt solution. She should have used Rush Order Tees. Don't be left scrambling like Janet. Go to rushordertees.com to get your shirt together.
Oof, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm Ashley here at 4 Patriots Warehouse, and we're completely overstocked. Last year, our 4-week survival kit flew off the shelves, so we told our team, make more, and wow, did they deliver. But thanks to supply chain delays, everything showed up at once. Now we're out of space and doing something we've never done before. Buy one 4-week kit, get one absolutely free. They last 25 years, taste great, and are hand-packed right here in the USA. Go to 4patriots.com. This deal won't last long.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Go to DealDash.com and see how much you can save.
Well, it was an action-packed first stage here at Darlington Raceway. We have one playoff driver who had issues early. He is officially out, and he's standing by with Amanda.
Yeah, Jamie, and the first thing he asked me is, where am I in the points situation? And Chandler, when you look at this being the first race of the playoff, how do you process this one?
I mean, it stings, right? And by just right now, it looks like we're +1, but still got 2 races left going back to Bristol, where we won earlier this year, then going to New Hampshire for the last race of this round, where I've been really strong at in the past as well. So I'm not really, discouraged or anything about that. I think our pace and our trucks here recently have been really good. Everybody at Front Row Motorsports has been giving me a truck capable to go out there and win. Just made a mistake on my end today. Just got a little too greedy trying to run the fence a little too hard. And, we're in steel body race cars, and when you get into it that hard, it just suckers you in, cut a tire, and you're done for the day. And used to Xfinity cars where you can actually, go out there and learn and run the fence and kind of develop your craft. And you get into the wall, there's not a lot of repercussions in this deal. You can't really go out there and do that. So looking forward to hopefully those changes coming in the in the near future for these truckers. And yeah, looking forward to the rest around these the rest of this round in the playoffs.
Thank you, Chandler. And Jamie, as he said there, he was kind of making a little joke of everything and said, man, I wish these things had composite bodies on them.
Yeah, no doubt. He made that clear there, Amanda. Well, he talked about the first round. 3 races make up this first round, so we'll go to Bristol next, then Loudon. 2 drivers will be eliminated, so certainly keeping Chandler's eyes on the points. Well, pit road is open. Drivers are making their way down. They're going to be happy to get fresh tires here. They're coming your way, Amanda.
Oh, you're exactly right. Grant Enfinger was on the horn with the crew chief saying that now tires are normally important here at Darlington, but I don't think that they've been ever more important than they are right now. You know, Grant was kind of rubbing his hands together about the idea of having a midday. Lost total grip out there. Caitlin?
Lane Riggs in the middle of your screen. Our pole sitter P2 in the stage saying way too free up top, and 3 and 4. The team electing to make a wedge adjustment on that 34. Corey Heim at the top of, or bottom of your screen, actually. He was the stage 1 winner. He said he's just a tick free. He thinks the balance overall is very good on that 11, but he did ask the team to assess the right rear for potential damage with contact with the 9. Jamie?
Thank you, Caitlin. A lot of adjustments as expected on this first round of stops for most of our drivers. Corey Heim's team gets it done. Well, NASCAR has lost a true visionary this month. Humpy Wheeler was a promoter and innovator of the sport, known for his fans-first approach, and it was announced that he will be joining the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2026, earning the Landmark Award. He certainly knew how to entertain. Nobody did it better. Humpy Wheeler was an original, and he will certainly be missed. He was 86 years old.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right away.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed treatment for wet AMD. Ask a retina specialist about Vabysmo.
When Ram killed the Hemi V8, people had opinions. We got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR.
Let's go, baby!
We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back. We ain't going anywhere.
Take on rounded rusted bolts with Craftsman Overdrive tools.
I'm gonna need that back.
Craftsman, what you build, builds you.
Put the work in.
New to the big city?
Yeah.
I'm Mara.
Hi. Apparently Progressive lets homeowners and renters bundle with their auto policy. 24/7 protection for all of my things.
Hey, I love that you protect all my stuff, but could you tone down the creepiness?
Sorry. I'd do anything for you, Emily.
Still creepy.
Right.
Purina cares here.
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made floor mats. But they really stink, so put these on.
Really, Gary? Mom, I'm thirsty.
Don't settle for cheap, stinky floor mats. At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad, next time get WeatherTech. They don't stink.
I'm on it. Find out everything we have at WT.com.
The IndyCar Series rolls into Nashville for the season finale, where Alex Palou looks to cap his historic campaign. That's tomorrow at 2 Eastern on Fox. And yeah, I'd be yelling like that too if I had the season that man in the middle has had. 8 wins, won the Indy 500, locked up his 4th championship. I know our IndyCar on Fox team's having a great time in Nashville, wrapping up the season. And here at Darlington Raceway, we've got one stage under our belts. Let's listen in to our leader's radio after he came down for that pit stop.
Damn, those tires must be bold. I don't think I've slid that far in my entire life. Yeah, when I first got on the brakes, I'm like, oh man, I'm going too slow. And then next thing I know, I'm 3 feet past the sign.
The tires are bald, Todd and Kevin.
I got news for you, Corey. Those tires aren't bald. See those little round dots? That's the marks to measure the depth of rubber actually on a tire. And there's plenty of rubber left. Tires get hot, they get slick, they don't stick to this old asphalt. They don't actually wear out.
Well, the other thing you see right there is all the debris on the tires, the rocks, the built-up rubber. When you go onto the apron here at Darlington, it sounds like you're going down a gravel road.
It does.
And so when you get to the pit stall, I mean, it's also a situation where you need to clean those tires off, spin the tires, and try to get those things as clean as possible, because all that debris is what's sliding along into that pit stall. But sounds like
he thought they were bald for racing, though. They're not bald. They just don't stick.
All right, first restart of the day coming your way. Stage number 2, Corey Heim leads. Grant Enfinger on the inside. Lane Riggs, Tyler Ankrum, row number 2. Green flag once again in the air.
Yeah, and you see Grant laying about a half a truck back right there, and you see him have a little bit of trouble getting those tires hooked up on the restart. That's always seems like the bottom line in the trucks, and Xfinity have a little bit of trouble spinning the tires, but losing a couple positions right here.
Daniel Hemrick on the move in that throwback. Buddy Baker's gray goes from 1980 up to 3rd, looking good.
Now we'll watch Lane Riggs as this run goes on and see if, Daniel on the outside of Lane. What a move through the 3 and 4.
Yeah, you see that momentum from that 19 truck, able to get to that right rear quarter panel of the 34 truck. But it'll be interesting to see if Lane has learned anything from the first run. I'm sure they made some adjustments to try to make those tire pressures last a little bit longer as he goes. But back to your point, Todd, as we see Hemrick on the bottom of the racetrack trying to get position on the 11 truck.
Well, that's tough to do on new tires right there, because Corey's got so much grip on the outside, all that momentum. That's a tough pass on the bottom with new tires.
I'm so impressed with what Daniel Hemrick has done the last couple of days. He did a 170-mile bike marathon on Thursday, jumped in his truck yesterday in this heat and said he felt great. Now here he is trying to battle Corey Heim for the lead at Darlington.
Well, I tell you, Jamie, I've been impressed with what Daniel's done all year long. Not only getting the win at Martinsville, but he is week in and week out probably the most consistent truck in the top 10. Now we see Corey up there winning races and always running up front, but Daniel is he's always right there. And I think that just a lot speaks for his experience behind the wheel and understanding what he has to do in these races. And he admitted he still had to learn a lot more about these trucks. They're a lot different than what he did when he ran here in 2019.
Caitlin.
You guys are talking about Daniel Hemrick. Had an opportunity to speak with him earlier, and he told me that crew chief change they made a couple weeks ago with Kevin Bellecourt has been hugely advantageous. He said Kevin has experience making it to the championship 4. He did it back in 2018 with Justin Haley. That combined with the championship experience that Daniel has on his own side, getting that title in the Xfinity Series, he believes they really will have an opportunity to potentially get this title here in the trucks this season. Jamie?
Yeah, bringing solid trucks week in and week out, to your point, Todd, very consistent.
Well, and it's been for Bill McAnally Racing, it's been a year of change. You know, you see Christian Eckes move on, crew chief go to the Cup Series, and so that stability that they had within the team has really had to be rebuilt. And with the rules and things that changed this year, it seems like it's taken them a little while to find the balance of their truck, get Daniel back in a rhythm in truck racing and understand what he needs. It's hard when you lose those key pieces of a team to go out and immediately fire off.
Well, one of the misconceptions with Daniel for this year was that was the same team Christian had last year, and it truly wasn't. I think there was one guy that was the same, so they actually had to rebuild this whole 19 team, and I'm doing a great job.
Great opportunity for them to take a veteran and an Xfinity Series champion to bring him on board for the Truck Series as the battle heats up again. This is what we have talked about. Race in and race out this season. Lane Riggs to the outside trying to get around Corey Heim.
Lane has got that outside lane figured out. He knows how far to drive it in, how much brake to use to be able to roll the center. But to your point earlier, Kevin, how much is he wearing those tires out? How much is he abusing them right now? Will it pay off at the end of this run, or is he going to back up at the end like he did the first time?
And if they made their truck a little bit better on the long run to be able to make it last a little bit longer, maybe Lane makes some adjustments in the truck to not slide around as much, whatever that is, if they can get 6 or 7 more laps out of this run. When we went green, we had 37 laps to go. We really saw him die somewhere around lap 30 last time. So this green flag run of laps is actually a little bit shorter than the 45 that we ran the first stage. So if they just picked up some crumbs here and there, maybe that gap closes at the end of this run, but we'll find out.
Great battles throughout, especially here in the top 5. We had media day last week, so we asked all 10 drivers, who are your championship 4 that'll go to Phoenix. Every single one of them said Lane Riggs. Pretty impressive for a guy who last year was the first time full-time he was Rookie of the Year, and just what he's done this year, picking up where he left off. As Lane Riggs continues to lead over Corey Heim, plenty more racing action from Darlington.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Ready to lose weight? Think Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I've lost 35 pounds.
I lost 46.
For the first time, I'm keeping the weight off.
I got this. I'm protecting my heart.
Wegovy is proven to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines for it. Call your prescriber if you experience vision changes, heart racing at rest, or any mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Side effects of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Why wait?
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy today.
There's a method to all this motorsports madness. A reason we do all this shifting, launching, and battling over a bottle of champagne. We harness this and put it in that so you can feel like this. Now you're up to speed. You in?
This is a story about the one who can fix nearly anything, and turns to Grainger, who has almost everything. He troubleshoots issues, maintains the facility, and keeps it all on track. Few may see him put the work in, but when they see the results, they know he's the one who keeps the doors open. The high-quality industrial products you need, plus a million more. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From local shops in Portland, Maine, to national garages in Portland, Oregon, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service are here to keep your business moving at full speed.
Big announcement this week. We knew that Ram was going to make their return to NASCAR right here, actually in the Craftsman Truck Series next year. But now we know what the team will be. Colleague Racing has partnered with Ram, and they will run 5 trucks full-time starting in 2026. So big news, great for the series, but guys, they've got a lot of work ahead to make that happen by Daytona.
That's an understatement, to say the least. I think when you look at putting 5 trucks on the racetrack, hiring teams, finding people, finding trucks, who your driver's going to be, who your crew chief's going to be, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the other teams to be able to keep their employees and keep their pieces in place. So it's going to really mix up the truck series with adding another factory organization and colleague into the mix.
One of the little things you don't think about in that is finding tractor trailers. They need 5 new trailers to haul these trucks around in, and you cannot buy them right now. There's none to be bought. So I don't know what they're going to do, but they have definitely got their work cut out for them.
Matt Collick, Chris Rice, I'm sure they're on the phone morning till night now that this has been announced, but we're looking forward to seeing what they can do in the Truck Series next year. Meanwhile, here on track, Lane Riggs continues to lead over Corey Heim. Grant Enfinger holding steady to 3rd. Daniel Hemrick running strong in 4th, and Gio Ruggiero top 5. Let's get an update on Tyler Ankrum. Caitlin.
Yeah, Jamie had a chance to talk with Tyler in detail about his mindset approaching the postseason in these high-pressure situations. He told me that he's one of those drivers who's happier when he throws himself into the work more, the more he's involved and around the guys at the shop and knows the strategy. He said, the more calm I feel. I'm not one of those drivers who can just show up 30 minutes before practice. He said, I need 5 to 6 hours at the shop every week. And we mentioned that pit crew change he had there on the 18. Right now, the main feedback he gave was wrecking free into entry into 1. They did make an air pressure adjustment on that stop for the 18. Amanda?
We go back a couple positions. You'll find Rajah Caruth, who's racing in his 2nd playoff. He was so unhappy with his truck in the first stage. They made significant changes at that break, but he's been telling his team how much he loves the intensity of racing in the playoffs and says that it really raises him as a driver. He's been honest about the mistakes that he's made lately in the last 2 races and said that he just needs to get back to executing. And if you get on to Jake Garcia, a couple positions back, he had to serve a penalty for overshooting his pit box. I do understand that that has been served. He had to drop to the rear for that penalty. But as he gets going here at the start of the race, he was racing on the splitter, but says the truck's getting better, guys.
Jake Garcia up to 15th. And Ty Majeski, of note, he took the wave around after that round of stops. Remember, he had to come down pit road about 4 laps before the end of the stage for a tire that had been cut because he ran over some debris.
Yeah, and when you talk about Jake Garcia and the mistake and being able to rebound, and then you talk about Ty Majeski, our playoff drivers, we've got 4 of them right up in the front. Right now they're thinking, okay, this is a day where I can put myself in position to make up a little bit of a gap over the guys that are having trouble today. So I think Lane Riggs, Corey Heim, Grant Enfinger, they're the guys that are in the mix from a speed standpoint to win this race. Hemrick's not far behind. So you see the first 4 of those guys, but Jake Garcia and these other guys that have had things happen, how do we minimize the points lost today and keep ourselves in the game for the next 2 rounds?
And we talk about this playoff schedule, and we talk about that 2nd round and how all of those racetracks are wild cards. Well, I kind of put Darlington in that same category because of the things we've seen today. The tire fall off, the slipping around, the getting in the wall, flat tires. You can cause yourself more harm at this racetrack by overdriving it than you can good, and we've seen that a couple times today with some playoff drivers.
Talk about Jake Garcia right there. Just got an update on him, but he's the youngest in the playoff scenario, and I know he's been nervous, and he said now that we're resetting, we got to focus on the championship. There's nerves, and not to mention, we're kicking off the playoffs for the first time ever at Darlington. To your point, Todd, I mean, it takes a lot of experience to figure this place out, and then you have Jake Garcia who's just trying to hang on here.
And you know, we watched Jake last week, and I mentioned this yesterday. I actually told Jake this. I think last week at Richmond was probably the smartest race that he has raced in his career. Had a truck that could go up and run in the top 5, but he knew what he had to do, beat his teammate Ben Rhodes to make it into the playoffs, and he did that. And that just tells me that Jake's racecraft is getting better all the time. His experience level, the things he does, he's understanding what these races take. And today, you know, you watch this truck right here, he's not out of control. He's driving it straight, and I think he's figured out that you can't overdrive these trucks.
Jake Garcia in 15th right now. You talked about that great effort at Richmond to race his way into the playoffs. He beat out his teammate, a two-time champion, in Ben Rhodes. Lane Riggs continues to lead here, 37 laps and counting. He's got a solid truck. Can he hang on for his third win of the season?
This is the newly redesigned Dell AI PC with Intel inside. It's not just an AI computer, it's a computer built for AI. So you can do the stuff that slows you down way, way faster. Like that. And that. And yeah, that too. It's a U multiplier. So you can get more done quicker, which means you get to be done sooner.
At Napa, we are the pros with simple solutions for complex electrical systems. From starters and alternators to batteries and testers, Napa has the new or remanufactured electrical parts to power your business.
Napa know-how.
The mission, sneak inside, give out Pepsi to enhance the food's flavor.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Babe, who is that?
I don't know, but he is right about the Pepsi and hot dogs.
24-hour moisturizing body wash that locks in 4 times the moisturizers of your old body wash.
And about half the ingredients of my old body wash.
Clean moisturizing body wash isn't a myth.
New crafted flats from Pizza Hut are just $5 each till 5 p.m. Choose from 5 handcrafted recipes you won't want to share.
Mom!
And you don't have to. The new crafted flats, just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. Only at Pizza Hut.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain, it's treating it. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil targets pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
Subway's got a new meal of the day with chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a footlong for only $3 more. Huh, big hungry, is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your fresh with the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go.
Make it happen today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds.
Momentum on the outside.
3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs?
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off.
Coming to the checkers.
But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from Darlington Raceway. Had one caution today, the end of stage number 1. 8 to go here in stage number 2. Lane Riggs continues to lead. It's been eventful so far, and it's been fun watching the tire management or lack of tire management so far.
Well, they've done a really good job in making this truck better. From the first run to the second run, it seems to have been able to hang on a little bit more this run than it did the last run. So good job by those 34 guys in making great adjustments, Todd.
And you watch these times the last few laps, and Lane's actually starting to pull back away from Corey, which is exactly the opposite of what we saw that last run. Crew Chief Dylan Capello, he's a smart guy. There's no doubt about it. He's made some air pressure adjustments that have made a tremendous difference. And I called yesterday. I thought Lane was going to be one of the guys to beat, just because from racing late models in the Southeast, and they don't get to change tires, and he understood tire management. And I think maybe now that they've got the air pressures right where he can do it, he's managed his tires a little better, and it's paying off right here at the end of the run.
One driver we haven't mentioned today is Corey Day, having a solid run, up 5 spots, but moments ago, a little close for comfort. We're a little 3 wide. Watch this. Corey Day in the 7 truck, Trevor Bain on the outside, and that's Nathan Bird they're going around.
That's pretty common right here at Darlington. A slower truck, a guy struggling, and a couple fast ones come up, and the closing rate is so quick, they don't really know what to do. And Nathan did a great job by not doing anything. Just stay in the middle, stay in your lane, let those guys go around them.
That was a great picture to be able to tell. This track is really only about 3 truck widths wide.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of room
out
on the racing surface, and it's really hard to tell how narrow it is actually on TV, but when you're in that race vehicle, man, does it feel narrow. Because it is.
Very narrow as Corey LaJoie goes around. Tanner Gray picks up that 6th spot.
Corey's doing pretty good here. He started in 9th in this race. We haven't talked about him, haven't had to show him, and he's gained 3 spots up in the 6th. And he's another one of these guys, a lot of laps around here in a Cup car, and the horsepower difference between a Cup car and a truck makes it a little easier for someone like Corey to manage that horsepower in these trucks.
Let's listen to Raja Caruth's radio.
Ron, the fender well. It's not bad. It is bad. Anything is bad. I told him take care of it. Please tell him to take care of it. Okay, don't yell at me. Well, I told you to tell him to take care of it. I ain't heard you said it once.
That little crew chief spotter action.
Yeah, that's channel 2 that the driver is not hearing, and the crew chief is frustrated with the spotter for not being aggressive enough and telling his driver to take care of the vehicle. And when he heard that he touched the fence a little bit, it's not too bad. Crew chief didn't want to hear any of it.
Well, that's crew chief Kevin Bono, man. Bono's been around the sport a long time, and he's never been known for patience or sympathy. And he's gonna ride his driver. And you know, Raja, this is only his 2nd race here at Darlington. He's got to understand, and he's gonna figure it out when he gets to the fence that you do have to back it down, and that's what Bono was trying to relay to the spotter, to relay to him. Slow it down, kid.
Amazing how much they have to come off of the throttle. Raja Caruth back in 15th. Tanner Gray, been in the conversation, been in the top 10 all day today.
Yeah, you see those trucks off of turn 2. There's a patch over in that corner. You see those trucks hit that bump, and it continues to get worse as you go back to the racetrack. You see those trucks move around. That bump is massive off of turn 2, but we're on our final lap here, Jamie, of stage 2.
Just like that, the laps are flying by, and Lane Riggs has been on it. He told us yesterday after he got the pole, he said, "We are the fastest truck." He had this smile that lit up a room as he works his way around lap traffic. Lane Riggs had never had a stage win before this season. We'll see that green and white checker flag in the air, and that is his 7th stage win of 2025. This team has just been on it. Dylan Capello, his crew chief. Michael Waltrip, who's not here with us today, just texted us and reminded us, Dylan Capello, crew chief, getting married next weekend. So a little extra motivation to go out with a win today. So Lane Riggs picks up the win over Corey Heim, Grant Enfinger, Daniel Hemrick, and Gio Ruggiero, your top 5. We'll be back for pit stops after this.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Let Gazoo Racing break it down for you. NASCAR is a bracket system with eliminations at 16, 12, 8, and 4. How to advance, win races, or survive the cut. Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in Victory Lane. And trust me, Toyota's ready for Victory Lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable. And it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Bacon! I need bacon! Not bacon! Not bacon! Not falling for that again. Squirrel? No time! It's meaty. It's tasty. It's bacon! Nom 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 nom. I love you. I love bacon. I love you. I love bacon.
Only one word can describe the season finale.
Mold. And it smells fine. It's got mold on there.
Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service season finale September 10th on Fox.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day.
Get $50 off this weekend only with code LABOR-DAY50 at collarsandco.com.
Day 37 on the Ark. The sheep? They're great. The lions? Hungry. When you're facing a disaster of biblical proportions, you need a lot of food. Because when the Great Flood comes, or storms, power outages, whatever, you're either prepared or you're not.
All right, check this out. 4-week survival food kits.
Mac and cheese that's good for 25 years. I told you guys it was good.
Buy one 4-week survival food kit, we'll send you 2. Go to 4patriots.com.
Later today, action shifts to Portland International Raceway for the Xfinity Series with practice and qualifying at 3 Eastern on the CW app and racing on the CW at 7:30 Eastern. Adam Alexander and team will have that call. And guys, we had another announcement this week. The 2026 schedule came out, and where's that? St. Petersburg, Florida. The Craftsman Truck Series will be racing a doubleheader with the IndyCar Series. That's going to be fun. A street race.
Yeah, you think they're worried about the right sides or the left sides of their vehicles caving in at Darlington.
When we talked about, you just talked about how narrow turn Darlington is. That place had 2 less screws than Darlington.
A lot of road courses next year.
Course. Yeah, but that street course there in San Diego is going to be the same way. Those street courses, not much room for air.
No.
I've found that out myself when I went to Chicago for the first time. I think I crashed twice, so not very forgiving.
You were contending with a lot of rain, too, that first year in Chicago. But exciting things to look forward to for all 3 series in 2026. But it's been exciting today. Corey Heim picked up stage number 1. Lane Riggs picked up stage number 2. He looks to be the truck to beat right now. Getting a lot more cloud cover than we had at the start of this race. A lot of adjustments and a lot of happy drivers after they get this new set of tires.
Well, we've heard a lot of them talk about this daytime race, and Todd, you've run here in the middle of the day at Darlington, and there is no comparison to nighttime at Darlington. It is a handful when you get that sun shining on the racetrack and slipping and sliding in the middle of the day. This is I vote for all races to be in the day at Darlington because they're absolutely spectacular to drive and watch.
All right, they're all coming your way, Amanda.
Yeah, you're going to watch Grant and Figure come down here. They were just talking about strategy in this last stage of what it's going to look like if this race goes green the entire way to go. But as crew chief said, we'll talk about that after we get this pit stop done. As you see Grant pull in, his team was stretching out before of this pit stop. Grant was saying that the balance is good on the truck, but he keeps losing that grip, especially at the top, Caitlin.
Well, taking a look at Lane Riggs in the middle of your screen, he says, I have to be better in 3 and 4. He did note he never fired off tight. His crew chief Dylan Capello saying they'll do half the wedge adjustment they did on that first stop. For Corey Heim at the bottom of your screen, he says he's just too free that run. He said, I need to fire off better. I've got nothing for that 34 in the first 20 laps.
As you saw there, those chassis adjustments, they got them done. 4 fresh tires battle off pit road.
extra $200-300 a month. You know, you do the math, the money we're able to save with using GoodRx, we're able to do all these extra activities. She can hit hard too for a little skinny thing. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Subway's footlongs are packed with protein, like the Ultimate BMT or the All-Pro Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki, with 58 grams of protein. And now, Subway MVP Reward.
Board. Look at Lane Riggs wasting no time at all over